and I am with Good Vibes TV. I have just finished my interview with Sonia Clark, and I always do, or when I try to, when I can, do a little post interview chat on live. You can actually go, here's Sonia. Hello, Sonia.
Hi, g'day, g'day.
Yes, Sonia is from Australia, and it's daytime there and nighttime over
Yes,
here. But we
yes.
are we are live on Facebook and some other platforms, so people can actually, with StreamYard that we're using, they can actually type in the chat, and I'll see, and we'll be able to respond. So I just wanted to quickly introduce everyone to Sonia Clark. She is an entrepreneur and a business strategist. She lives in Australia, but you have clients all around the world, right?
Yep, I do.
And she's the founder of Lead Business Education. So you have different video, like basically a small business person can get an MBA pretty much, right? Through your courses.
Yes, I've got for entrepreneurs, the only mini MBA. It's non-accredited, but it's a mini MBA for entrepreneurs specifically. A lot of the mini MBAs out there are more positioned for corporate, and they really don't consider the small business owner, the entrepreneur, and how the various sorts of things that entrepreneurs can go through, whether they stay small or whether they scale, and all of those sorts of things. So, yeah, I offer that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so people can go to soniaclark.com to get more information about your different classes.
Yeah, well, whether you go to soniaclark.com or whether you go to Lead Business Education, you can have a bit of a good look around there. You'll see that there's online courses. There's a tab there for online courses. You can click on that and it'll take you through to where I house a lot of the options where you can book yourself in, or if you want to just have a chat, there's on any of my websites there that you can book a time to have a chat and to see what is the right thing for you at this moment in time. Some people, I've had clients where they say, actually, I want to do the mini MBA, but I'm not quite ready for it. So how about if I do some coaching first? And sometimes I say, look, do the coaching and do some of these other little mini courses that I've got happening before then that. And then there's other people who are ready for that. So, yeah, you can always reach out to me and we could chat.
Awesome. Now, one of the projects that we actually are both involved with is the creation of Legrity Media, which
Yes.
hosts Legrity.tv, which this show, Good Vibes TV, is airing on, and your show is also airing on. So, how have you enjoyed creating? I know you love developing
I
businesses.
love creating. I love creating. I love creating and developing and the whole journey, and then, the outcomes and for people, because I'm all about developing people and businesses, empowering individuals to have a choice and to not have to accept the victim, but the victor, and to be able to build beautiful lives, because it's about a holistic approach that I have with my show, Prosper with Sonia Clark, and any of my courses that I do, even if it's for some of my clients, big organizations that employ me to do training for staff where it's, say, on a particular subject, I still put in the holistic approaches because it's all, like this. It's about knowing how to do this in both your personal life and professional life with a lot of these skills and ideas. And this is something that, I've had a lot of experience in. And with doing this whole Legrity, it's been really quite lovely and fascinating to see some of this is just happening naturally with us as a group. And some of the co-founders, I think that they don't really realize. And I say to them, hey, do you realize that normally people have to go off and learn these things, and we're all doing it really quite intuitively, or it's all just happening. It's really quite, in some ways it's uncanny. It's certainly been very exciting and really lovely about how we can help creators, producers, and speakers bring their message to the masses, help individuals do whatever they're wanting to do, or that if they want to present their knowledge, or if they want to gain more authority. There's so many options that people have, but this is a nice positive way to be able to help people. And it's certainly been fun behind the scenes, and building a fabulous relationship with Leslie and her wonderful healing that she sends us all with her vibes, and brings into our world. Yep, the healing that she actually does, even which surprised me. There was this, we all bring something new to the table and help each other out. It really was like an interesting concept to me that you even do it for the company, for the entity. I know it's an entity, but I never really realized. I always thought it was the energy of the individuals that make that entity, but the entity in itself, yes, it has its culture. Yes, it has its thing, because that's what you brand. But to heal it, and of course to raise its vibes, and to it makes sense to me now. Totally.
Yeah, the healing is cool because you can create an organization that you send Healy to, and the Healy, it sends it scans the entity and sees what is out of balance, what vibes does it need, and then you can send the vibes to the entity or the person. So I've done it for my marriage. I've done it for our company. I've done it for my show. But I guess because I've done, I'm a Reiki master, so I've done, Reiki, not so much on people, but more myself in my life. But you can send, Reiki to anything, an entity, a checkbook, your wallet. But you can send positive energy, mental positive energy to any of those things, not just people.
I
And
love how I keep learning more and more things from you.
And I do. I love learning from you too, Sonia. It's been wonderful with integrity and learning all, because I don't have an MBA. I have a master's in mass communications, but not in business. Although I've been in business as a small business person for many years, but a lot of it just self-taught and, like you said, intuitive. But it's so cool with Legrity. We've got 5 different people that all have different strengths that fit together so perfectly, and I felt like it was a divine intervention to bring us all together to do what we've done with Legrity TV. So that's been really cool. I guess we should
Definitely with the uncanny way that things happened and how we went on, and just those more, I keep saying uncanny, it's meant to be. It really is. And even when, and I've had some trials this year personally, and I'm like, I can't walk away from this. I love this. I love the us as founders, like as individuals, really, really awesome. And what we want to achieve. This is what I've been wanting to do for such a long time. And to the fact that we could make this happen as a platform for so many people in so many ways, that they can access it with the app all over, everywhere, anywhere in the world, no matter what device. That's awesome. That's like so cool.
I like to see it as TV for the people, by the people.
Yeah.
Kind of like how cryptocurrency is decentralized. Um,
Yep.
the way Legrity is produced, it's a different way of bringing television to people, where it's not like top down, where there's some executive figuring out what kind of programming we all are going to watch. It's more organic and grassroots, where people with different messages, and it's a lot of different coaches. I mean, it could be anything. We don't have any restriction on the kind of shows that can be on our network. The only umbrella is that it positively impacts lives and communities. And, so it's pretty broad, but it's also very different, I think, than mainstream media. And I think it's, time people want something more, and we stand out from places like YouTube or just Facebook Lives or something. We're an actual network. So it's really been just a wonderful journey, just all of it. Um, and and we've done so much in just almost 4 months. It's not even 4 months yet.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, we've done a lot, let alone the fact that we're five founders and working as a team and as a group. And the technicality behind it, it's a hybrid. So it's not like a lot of people have done it before. So
mhm,
figuring out ways and making things happen in for software, and then of course the packages that we have for training people, helping them develop them to take them to the next step, for these content creators, for these producers, for these speakers, what you do, how you do it, your genre, how you want to have a show, all of those sorts of things. Because we're part of us five, there's three of us that are qualified trainer assessors. And yeah, I mean, I've got my MBA knowledge and having worked with really, really large organizations, and right the way through to the small micro business, and knowing that and all the different sides that go on with a business. And I can tell you what, everyone, Leslie is, she doesn't understand how good she is at filling in the gaps. She's a gap filler.
no,
She's the glue. She's
I'm
so that's why she's in charge of operations, because she's a glue and brings us lots of love.
yeah, I'm the Healy glue, right?
Yeah, the healing glue. That stuff you can't see, she fills it all in with love and vibrations. No.
Yes, it's been a wonderful experience for sure. Well, thank you so much. And tell us a little bit more about the Prosper with Sonia Clark, your television show and your podcast that's geared specifically to business people.
Yeah, see, it spotlights entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. The TV show is a little bit different to the podcast. The podcast, we spend a bit more time and deep dive into a particular topic. The TV show it's got different segments in it. So some of it, it's the interviews, some of it's some micro training, some of it's a panel of experts discussing things. Some of it, there'll be entertainment. So it's got empowerment, education, entertainment, lots and lots of freebies, lots and lots of giveaways, lots of experts. So it's specifically for entrepreneurs and dealing with entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs can be your mumpreneur. So it's still also very entertaining, doesn't really matter the age, because we've got kidpreneurship happening. We've seen Y generation do some business when they were younger, do some business in high school, and we've now seen multi-millionaires of the young Y generation being extremely influential. And so now the Zs are approximately age, I think, 11 through to 20, 21. We've seen them also do quite a lot of business online as a sideline hustle. So this whole kidpreneurship has been around for a little while. It's really starting to take off now. Now the alphas, hello. Now the
And so that's
alphas,
after the Zeds.
after the Zs, they're here. They've been with us for a while. They've been learning it on, and a little bit of this sort of entrepreneurship is being taught in junior schools now through to high schools. So the whole arena is changing big time, and COVID has been the catalyst. We were actually strategically looking at the statistics and the trend analysis and forecasting that there was going to be massive changes in approximately 4 to 5 years from now. But with the whole COVID, it started that trend to happen earlier. And so entrepreneurship is quadrupling, and the way that business is actually being done and executed with its operations and things like that, massively different. I could go on about this whole theory, won't take up your time. If you want to chat, reach out to
Very
me. We
interesting.
can chat.
Yeah.
It's just a natural progression of who's coming in to do all of this. So it's a fascinating place, and we need to be a whole lot more holistic. So, yep, bring in the good vibes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sonia. It's so wonderful to speak with you. Anytime I speak with you, we're on Zooms gosh, how many times a week?
Quite regularly. It was a lot there for a while.
Well, in the beginning, my goodness, like
Yes.
24/7. So now it's more manageable, but it's great.
Yeah.
We're building a wonderful thing. So
Yeah.
thank you, Sonia, so much for attending and coming to Good Vibes TV. And
Thank you for
anybody,
having me. Thank you for having me. It's really
very
lovely. You know, it's a different audience, but it's got beautiful transitions there. So, I'm glad I can bring some info to your group.
absolutely. Now we got a no comments, no one's commented, but we got a thumbs up. So
Yay!
I think a lot of times people will see it in the
Afterwards.
replay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
everyone, if you want to learn more about Sonia Clark, go to soniaclark.com and learn about some business strategy, whether you're a solopreneur, in a corporation. She has information for you that will help you thrive. So
Yeah.
thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you. Bye-bye.
wonderful evening. All right. Bye bye.
Bye.